Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise and get straight to the insights you need. Today, we're navigating a really critical intersection in the life sciences industry. There's this relentless pressure, to innovate faster, scale operations efficiently, and maybe above all, maintain absolute compliance. It's a constant high-stakes balancing act. Now, for years, traditional automation, well, it's been a key tool. It's helped streamline workflows, ease some of that repetitive burden. But here's the inherent challenge. Even with automation, those commercial and medical affairs teams, they still rely pretty heavily on human input, almost every single step. And as demands grow, those human touch points, they just inevitably become bottlenecks. You're still waiting for someone to, push that final button or manually switch a process. It limits true agility. But what if there was a technology that could do more? Not just follow preset rules, but genuinely adapt, make decisions, even act independently. Well, within defined boundaries, of course. Well, that's not really futuristic anymore. There's a powerful new kind of technology, and it's rapidly gaining traction in pharma.
It's called Agentic AI. So for our deep dive today, our mission is, well, it's clear. We're going to break down what Agentic AI truly means, how it fundamentally differs from that traditional automation we just talked about, and maybe most importantly, how it's already transforming critical pharma operations right now. Our goal is to give you, our listener, a clear shortcut, help you understand this pivotal area, and show how it delivers really unprecedented efficiency while upholding those strict data security and regulatory standards that are absolutely paramount in this industry. So let's start right at the beginning. We hear AI almost daily, but what exactly is Agentic AI? How is it different? How does it carve out its own space?
That's a great place to start because it really does represent a significant evolution. At its core, agentic AI means artificial intelligence systems that can do more than just analyze information, which, lots of AI systems do. The critical part is they can take action based on that analysis, and they do it independently, though always within specific guardrails. That's the fundamental shift from traditional automation, which just executes predefined static rules. Agentic AI is more about proactive decision-making, understanding context, and executing tasks autonomously.
Okay, that distinction, following rules versus truly taking action, this sounds pretty profound. Is there an analogy that helps make it clear how different these two really are?
Absolutely. Probably the best way to grasp this is to think of it like this. Traditional automation is like a train on tracks. It follows a fixed, predetermined path. If you want it to go somewhere else, a human has to manually switch those tracks. Every turn, every change needs explicit human instruction. It's incredibly efficient for those repetitive, predictable journeys, don't get me wrong. Agentic AI, though, well, it's much more like a smart car. It can navigate changing roads, adapt to real-time traffic, and even reroute itself completely if conditions change. Maybe there's an unexpected road closure or a sudden shift in the fastest route. It interprets its environment, processes new information, and makes intelligent decisions on the fly to get to its destination or goal. That adaptability is really its defining feature.
That smart car analogy really brings it to life. So, okay, beyond that high-level idea, how do the actual features compare? If someone's looking at a checklist, what are the core distinctions?
Yeah, we can break that down pretty clearly. Let's see. For rule-based operation, traditional AI is almost entirely dependent on those preset rules. Agentic AI, it's only partially so. It means it can operate beyond rigid rules when it needs to. Then adapting to new data. Traditional AI, typically no. Agentic AI, yes, that's fundamental. It can and does adapt. For executing decisions, traditional AI needs that manual human trigger. Agentic AI can actually do it independently, but, and this is key, always within those carefully set guardrails. Another really crucial difference is the use of natural language. It's pretty rare for traditional automation, but common for agentic AI. This allows for more intuitive interaction, makes it easier for humans to, talk to these systems. And finally, their learning capabilities. Traditional AI is static. It doesn't improve on its own. Agentic AI, however, it's dynamic. It continuously improves its performance and decision-making over time by learning from new data and new interactions. It gets smarter.
Okay, so to really nail that down, can you give us a concrete example? Where does traditional automation hit its limit, and where does agentic AI step in and really, shine?
Certainly. Traditional automation, it excels at straightforward, repeatable stuff, like automatically sending a standard confirmation email after an HCP visit. Perfect for that fixed, predictable task. But it kind of falls short when the workflow needs to adapt quickly. Adapt to new data, changing behavior, unexpected outcomes, things that aren't pre-programmed. And this is exactly where agentic AI transforms things. Instead of a sales rep manually having to figure out and trigger a follow-up, agentic AI could, for instance, detect low engagement from a particular HCP, maybe based on their recent interaction data, haven't opened emails, website visits dropped off, that kind of thing. The AI agent could then autonomously generate a sophisticated, personalized follow-up strategy. This might mean drafting tailored email content, suggesting a different channel based on past preferences, maybe even recommending new educational materials that fit the provider's recent interests. It anticipates needs and acts proactively. It really cuts down on that manual, push-the-button bottleneck you mentioned earlier.
That's fascinating. Yeah, it really highlights how this tech can free up human teams from the tactical stuff, let them focus more on strategy. So what does this all mean for the pharma industry specifically? Beyond the theory, where are we seeing agentic AI actually making a tangible difference, real-world use cases?
Well, what's truly compelling is that agentic AI isn't just some concept on paper. It's actively reshaping how pharmaceutical teams operate. Right now, across a whole range of functions, we're seeing its impact in commercial, marketing, medical affairs, even early-stage R&D. Take discovery and research, for example. Agentic AI is rapidly accelerating how we identify new drug targets. Companies like Salesforce are using its capabilities to analyze just vast, complex data sets, pinpointing potential targets way faster than humans could alone. Another incredible application, Polestar LLP highlighted this, is using AI agents for rare disease detection. These agents pull together data from all sorts of different sources, collaborate as sub-agents, you could say, to recognize subtle patterns in patient data that might otherwise be missed. This can significantly cut down diagnosis times for these really challenging conditions. And then there's Bayer's Prince system, built with ThoughtWorks for the Pistoia Alliance. This thing uses AI agents to pull insights from old preclinical reports and then autonomously drafts regulatory documents. It cuts manual effort by, get this, an astounding 90%.
90%?
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. It's not just efficiency. It fundamentally shifts where intellectual capital goes in R&D. Scientists move from tedious data sifting to complex problem-solving, innovation. It truly speeds up drug discovery.
A 90% cut in manual effort for documents.
Yeah.
That's absolutely game-changing. It means researchers spend less time digging through data, more time actually innovating. So how's this impacting something as complex as, say, clinical trial management?
Oh, it's making a big difference in clinical trial management, too. For example, agents are dynamically adjusting trial protocols based on live data inputs, optimizing patient enrollment, outcomes. Salesforce is involved there. Polestar LLP is doing some impressive work using AI to monitor Internet of Things, or IoT, data in manufacturing, detecting anomalies, even doing root cause analysis to prevent costly disruptions. Super important for trial medication integrity and supply. And IQVIA, working with NVIDIA, is using agentic AI to streamline literature reviews during trial phases. That's a task that's historically been incredibly time-consuming, very manual. Now, AI speeds it up significantly.
Okay. And what about the commercial side, where the focus is so heavy on engaging HCPs and supporting patients?
Yes, commercial operations are seeing huge transformations. AI agents are optimizing sales rep matching reps to physicians based on specialty, region. This is especially impactful for rare disease outreach, an area Polestar LLP works in. For marketing content automation, big names like Novartis and AstraZeneca are already using agentic AI, generating compliant content, saving millions. This makes sure marketing materials are not just personalized, but also stick to strict regulatory guidelines right from the start. Endava reported on that. Salesforce AI agents are identifying dips in commercial performance and suggesting interventions in real time. And IQVIA is applying predictive agentic systems to optimize brand engagement, getting the right message to the right person, right time, right channel, really optimizing that engagement. And lastly, in patient support services, we're seeing personalization like never before. Agents are building tailored treatment plans, sending personalized reminders based on individual patient behavior. Salesforce offers that capability. Polestar LLP has pointed out how AI can track biometric data from wearables, adjust treatment recommendations in real time. That can significantly improve adherence and outcomes. And even for medication delivery logistics, intelligent agents are automating scheduling and routing for personalized delivery, making sure patients get their meds exactly when and how they need them. Salesforce is pioneering efforts there too.
These examples, they really show the sheer scope and adaptability, don't they? From the earliest drug discovery right through to personalized patient care. Ultimately, what this means for you, the listener, is less time bogged down in that manual repetitive work, tackling those bottlenecks we talked about, and significantly more time for strategic focus, deeper patient engagement, and ensuring the highest safety standards. Okay, the power and the autonomy here are fascinating, but for an industry like pharma, a really critical question just jumps out. Is it safe? How does agentic AI handle sensitive patient data, provider data? How does it comply with API-Pay, GDPR, all those strict regulations? You just can't compromise on security or compliance here.
That's absolutely the paramount concern. And honestly, it's built into the very design of these systems for pharma. They are engineered from the ground up to operate within these stringent frameworks, not trying to get around them. So here's how it stays secure and compliant. First, data guardrails. Teams use sophisticated tools, like Salesforce's Prompt Builder, to set really precise boundaries. What the AI can do, what it can't. Which data it can touch. It's like creating a secure, clearly defined sandbox for the AI. Second, every single action the AI takes generates comprehensive audit trails. Every step, every decision, every data interaction, it's all logged, reviewable, fully auditable. Complete transparency and accountability. That's just non-negotiable in pharma. We also have real-time monitoring. These AI systems constantly watch their own behavior and outcomes. If something unusual happens or suspicious or just outside expected parameters, the system flags it immediately. It can even pause actions for a human to review. And maybe most importantly, for really sensitive tasks, there's robust human-in-the-loop control. For critical decisions or actions with significant risk, the AI recommends what to do, but a human team member must approve it before execution. This keeps human oversight exactly where it's most needed for safety and compliance. And it's also important to remember that platforms using agentic AI, like Salesforce's Agentforce, they're designed to slot right into an organization's existing secure IT setup. So the AI doesn't access unauthorized data or operate outside of established approved workflows. It becomes part of the secure ecosystem you already have.
That's genuinely reassuring to hear. That these systems are built with such robust safeguards and that human oversight is still key. But okay, for organizations looking to actually leverage this, maybe they use Salesforce, maybe Viva, maybe both, how do they even begin? It must feel like a pretty big task to get started with something so transformative.
It really doesn't have to be daunting. There's a very practical, kind of clear roadmap for adoption. We can outline maybe 4 essential steps for any organization thinking about integrating agentic AI. First step, map your workflow bottlenecks. Just start by looking for those repetitive manual tasks, the ones that consistently slow your teams down or, lead to human errors. These are prime candidates for agentic AI because they offer immediate, tangible wins in efficiency. They relieve those human-intensive pressure points. Second, identify low-risk pilot areas. Don't try to boil the ocean. Start small. Pick non-sensitive workflows first. Think about things like personalizing email communications for different doctor segments, or maybe optimizing the messaging for a specific marketing campaign. Starting small lets you prove the value, build internal confidence, and refine your approach without really high stakes. Third, and this is crucial, set clear guardrails. Work really closely with your compliance, legal, IT security teams right from the beginning. Define precisely where the AI can act on its own, and just as importantly, where it should only recommend actions for a human to approve. These guardrails are fundamental, secure from day one. And finally, number 4, invest in training. Agentic AI isn't about replacing people. It's about profoundly augmenting what people can do. So help your teams learn how to collaborate effectively with these new AI systems. The better they understand how to prompt the AI, how to interpret its outputs, how to work alongside it as a powerful kind of co-pilot, the greater the value agentic AI will deliver. It's really about empowering your workforce with smarter tools.
That's excellent advice. Yeah, it really underlines that this isn't about ripping out existing systems. It's about smart, strategic adoption. Agentic AI can integrate into platforms you already use, like Salesforce and Viva, complementing your current workflows and just elevating what you already do. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, it seems clear agentic AI is, well, it's much more than just another tech trend in life sciences. It genuinely represents a new, more intelligent operating model for pharma teams. It lets them scale smarter, not just faster, by automating the routine stuff and boosting strategic capacity.
Exactly. By combining that intelligence, that autonomy within strict limits, of course, and those critical compliance controls, agentic AI delivers precisely what the pharmaceutical industry has needed for a long time. Fast execution, but with trusted controls and this incredible adaptability. It's about being agile while always maintaining the highest standards of safety and integrity.
So as you reflect on this transformative technology, maybe consider this final thought. What new possibilities emerge when routine is automated and human ingenuity is truly unleashed in the pursuit of health and innovation? End quote. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.